Hey, Javier with Live Well Mattress and Furnishing Centers, and today on Sleep Coach, I want to cover an article that was just put out by The Atlantic. The title of the article is The Mysterious Link Between COVID-19 and Sleep. So the article I'm referring to came out in December 21st to be exact. The name of the magazine is called The Atlantic. I'll be putting all the links below, so that way you have access to the article and all the research that was done to write the article. It's a pretty legit article written by James Hamblin. It's got the latest research, and it's also got a lot of possible coincidences between the use of melatonin to keep COVID from becoming too serious. I'll cover the article. I won't give any kind of dosage information. This is just information coming from the article, The Mysterious Link Between COVID and Sleep. I'd love for you guys to go and read it yourself, so that way you can get your own opinions on it. To me, because I do a lot of reading on sleep, this is a pretty legit finding. I'm hoping that you find it that way too. So in January of 2020, Feixiong Cheng, a data analyst at the Cleveland Clinic, began to look for ways in which the COVID virus could be controlled from invading human cells. And a lot of the data that he was finding was leading him to believe that it might be blocked by melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that is secreted in all humans, but it's secreted right before the sun comes down or as the sun comes down. And what it does is it helps us fall asleep. It helps us get sleepy, and it helps us with our circadian rhythm. So what he's also found is the melatonin also regulates our immune system. And what it does is it regulates our immune system and keeps it from going haywire, which his research has also found COVID causes our immune system to go haywire. And that's why we get these responses that are different from person to person. So Mr. Cheng furthers his research. He then is establishing a more powerful stand on the way that melatonin is actually key in controlling the autoimmune response to a COVID viral infection. So what he does is he's finding that melatonin in his research, okay? This is in his research. He's finding that melatonin can actually help the body regulate its response to COVID. And what that means in layman's terms is instead of COVID taking over and causing your bodily reaction to go from a bad COVID response to a deadly COVID response, he's saying that melatonin can actually regulate it and keep you from going to needing the intubator, needing everything that's causing death with the COVID virus. So Mr. Cheng, after being told that his research is finding stuff that might actually be very legit, because remember at this point he thought it was just correlation, and he's just thinking that, you know, his research is needed but it's not key. Well, other researchers are saying that his research is key, so he decides to delve further. So what he's finding in deeper research is that yes, melatonin might actually be key in keeping your body from responding to COVID in a deadly way. So Mr. Cheng did end up publishing more of his results, and what he finds is that melatonin not only lowers your chances of COVID getting serious, but it also lowers your chances of getting COVID, period. To further his research, or to further legitimize his research, Columbia University published another study in October, and what they found was that patients that were given melatonin were actually able to control their reaction to COVID-19. In fact, when President Trump got ill with COVID, a part of the regimen that he was given was melatonin. So with these legit researchers finding this and these legit research findings, what's being done now is that there's 8 clinical trials being done, and these are pretty extensive clinical trials because everything being done right now is being done so quickly, so that way we can get out of this pandemic period. But 8 clinical trials are being done on the use of melatonin to either abate COVID or keep it from getting serious. So with all this research being done, and the findings showing that something as simple as melatonin, which this is a really big deal if you think about it. Melatonin is on the counter right now at a Walmart or at a Walgreens. It's not a prescription product. It's something that you can actually buy yourself right now. So the importance of this research is, it can't be overstated. I mean, it really is important. If there is something that we can all do together and take personal responsibility, it'd be the same as taking a vitamin C when you get a cold or a zinc. I would say that it's part of my regimen now, because after reading this and after doing further study on the research being done on melatonin and COVID, I wanted to release this video as quickly as possible, so that way I advise you that the research is out there. And I also encourage you, again, I encourage you to read this article yourself. It's pretty convincing evidence that there could be something here, to the point that there's 8 important research studies being done on it. Yes, there's a vaccine out there. Yes, that's super important. And yes, we're starting to see that that's going to help us, that's going to further us in getting out of this pandemic. But if there's little bitty things like this that we can do that would keep us from possibly not only getting COVID, but possibly keep us from getting into the danger part of COVID, then I encourage you to do the research, find out for yourself, let us know how you feel. Thank you for watching this sleep coach. For me, it's one of the most important ones that I've done, because this one actually affects us in the here, the now, and possibly our life. If this video has helped you in any way, please share it, please like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook. There's all kinds of sleep information that we put out weekly. This sleep coach just happens to be, in my opinion, one of the more important ones. Once again, the article's name is The Mysterious Link Between COVID-19 and Sleep. The link is below. Please take the time to do the research on this yourself. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. I'm Javier with Live Well Mattress and Furnishing Centers, and this has been Sleep Coach. Bye.